What's up YouTube? My name is Smitty and welcome to my truck and travel channel. Today we're going to be attempting to install a cigarette lighter. Actually, I probably should have taken it out. I'm going to be attempting to put a cigarette lighter right here in the back of the RAV4. I like this because just unscrew this little retaining. You drill a hole of this dimension, slip it in, and in the back of the panel, just tighten it back down. Stupid proof. It comes with the wiring that you'll need. The only extra thing that you'll need is, how I'm going to do it is I got some T connectors. And how these work is, let's just say you're trying to tap into a wire. That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to tap into this light right here. This goes around your wire. Something like that, but it's actually going to connect down. And then this plugs into here, allowing you to tap into that wire without cutting it, splicing it, or anything. All you're doing is tapping into it, using the power off of that wire. That's exactly what we're gonna do. So yeah, without further ado, let's get to it. I probably should have said what kind of tools we're gonna need to get this light out. But basically all you're gonna need is this is a flathead screwdriver. You're gonna come in from this side, the closest to the front. And then basically just pry it out. Disconnect the power. This little push clip right here. Then you're gonna take this wire and you're gonna cut this electrical tape. Don't cut the actual sheathing. And then you can pull the wires out of this sheathing. So what you're gonna do, find that slit and then run your razor straight through it like that. And then once you do it enough, you can actually slide the wire out just like that. Just pull it. You just need to get it started. Don't pull crazy hard because you will rip the wires. But yeah, that's the two wires that you'll need right there. And then again, we're going to T-tap these. Black is ground, obviously. Blue is positive. And the kit, I'm going to link in the description. It's like a 30 piece of these T-taps. Just use the red one. The red one's for smaller wires. And again, all you got to do is just, there's a little groove. Put the wire right there on that groove right there. So just like that. I don't know if you can see that in the video. And you're going to push this down, and it helps if you have some pliers or something. And what I do after it clicks, it'll click in. I'll just rotate it a few times, because sometimes if these thin wires, it's not enough to actually get past this plastic coating. Just like that. And do the same thing with that blue one, just like that. And then in the kit, you're also going to have these connectors. So you'll need two of those, which are slotted, so you can push it on and pull it off, just like that. But to get those on, you're going to need some crimpers. You're going to take the wires that came with the kit, untangle them. And then this side with the ring, you're going to go ahead and cut this off. Then you're going to cut this one off. Then get yourself some wire strippers. I should have mentioned these in the beginning. They were sitting here, but I forgot to mention them. And you're going to strip it back. Strip it back. Grab this from the kit. Honestly, can't remember what they're called. T-blades. I have no idea. Somebody will correct me because I can't think right now. And then give it a pull. After you crimp it, make sure to crimp down. Do the same thing with this one. Grab another one, crimp it down, and then make sure it don't come out. All right, the next thing you're going to do is take this and then plug it into these. All right, so you're going to take your red. Not this one with the plastic on it, the one that you just put on it. And you're going to plug it into the blue. And then that one's done. So you successfully tapped into the blue wire. Do the same thing with the black one. Now what you're going to do is grab the cigarette lighter. And then this is with the plastic side. Right here on the back. I don't know if you can see that. There's a negative and a positive, or a minus and a plus. Black on minus. slide that plastic down a little bit so you can get it on there. Just like that, and then slide the plastic back over it to protect it. Just like that. Then grab the red one, slide the plastic down, slide it up. As you can see, we successfully tapped into the wires. We got it ran to our new cigarette lighter. But unfortunately, I don't have anything to plug in there. I'm gonna have to run to the store after I leave this campground and find something to plug in there to see if it works. I'm pretty sure it will work unless this just doesn't put off enough voltage. I'll keep you updated. All right, so it's been a few days since I tapped into this light here to add a cigarette lighter. That day I went and bought something to plug into the cigarette lighter and it would not work. So I was like, okay, I need to go get my multimeter. So I went and grabbed my multimeter, and come to find out, the black wire coming out of the vehicle is actually the positive and the blue is the negative. But the blue is not a strong enough ground, so we have to actually wire in a ground to this switch. And just to show you, it's reading 11.6.8 if it's backwards on the screen. So you need at least 12.3 volts to work this cigarette lighter. So again, I've already found a solution. I know exactly where we're going to tap in for a ground. There's already a screw hole already there. And you can tap in with this screw when you take off this panel, because you have to take off this panel. And then this screw right here actually screws into that blank missing screw. So all you got to do is take that screw to Lowe's or Home Depot, find that size, and then you can do the same thing that I'm doing. And then the other thing, I told you to cut off the ring terminal on the black. Don't cut off the black ring terminal, just cut off the red one. And I'll show you how to get to that ground right now. All right, so what you'll need to get this paneling off is a flathead screwdriver and a 10mm. The flathead is to get this little, there's 2 slots in this little clip. You're gonna, and it shoots out forward, and then you can just pull that clip right out. The 10mm is down here at the anchor point. And the other 10mm is in this hole right here. You can get it out with a flathead screwdriver, but since you already need the 10mm, just use the 10mm because it's way easier. Once it gets loose, wiggle it around a little bit and then hit it. And then it'll come out. Right after you get those 3 loosened, remove this little plastic piece that you have. You ain't gonna have wood like I do. Just remove that plastic piece. After you do that, you're gonna have to remove this plastic trim piece right here. All you gotta do, go behind it, and then just wiggle it up, wiggle it up. It's all in there by retention clips, just like that. You can see all the retention clips. Now you're ready for the side piece. All you gotta do, start down here at the corner, just run your finger up behind it and it'll pop that free. And that's literally all the room you'll need, and I'll show you a better, closer on what you're gonna do. All right, so when you get all that free, pull this back just a little bit. Don't pull too hard because it is still connected right here in the corner at that tie down. But the hole you're looking for is right there. If I can point in the right direction. It's right there. It's already tapped. It's already ready for a screw. And this screw right here came out of this hole right here. And it's the exact same measurement for this one. As you can see, it's screwing in. It's not pulling out. It's actually the exact same measurement. So you could take this to your Lowe's or Home Depot, and they have little things on the wall to help you decide to get the same screw that you need. And if you cut off your ring terminal, just go buy another ring terminal. But I put a caption at that part in the video to not cut the black one. You can cut the red one, just don't cut the black one. And then you'll take the screw, put it in the ring, just like that, and then screw it to the wall. Screw it tight so it doesn't move. After you get it screwed down, That's what it'll look like. You can have it going up or down. I have it going up because it has to come up to get to this hole. After that, just run it through your little light hole. And then also put your light back through the hole if you did it like me and it fell in. After you tighten that screw down, go ahead and put all your stuff back in, and then your new black will be right here. And then you'll plug that into the negative of the cigarette lighter, and then your positive of your cigarette lighter, go ahead and run that if it's not already done. Mine was unplugged. And then plug back into the black one. The black is power, not the blue. So the blue is just going to be sitting there doing nothing. Now you're successfully tapped in, and then let's test it out. Got 12.39, which means it's a good cigarette lighter. That just means the car is not running, because if the car was running, it'll test the alternator too, and then that'll give you the green. It should be around 12.41 if you use a multimeter, but this screen is taking a little bit of the power. That's why it's 12.39. After you give it a test, go ahead and secure all your wires. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap some electrical tape, kind of something like that. Or you can use some zip ties, but I'm using some electrical tape, and then push it back into the hole. And then when I get to the store, I'm going to drill a hole right here, and I'm going to put this right there. Because all you got to do is just pop this little panel out. And then if you want to sell your car, or you don't want the cigarette lighter anymore, you can just buy another one of these and then pop it in, and no one will ever know that you modified your vehicle. Here's the final product. It's kind of off-center because of all the bracing inside of this piece, but just to show. We are good to go. Well, that pretty much wraps it up for this one. I hope I helped you install a cigarette lighter in the back of your RAV4. I apologize for any confusion. I was not expecting Toyota to have a black 12-volt wire and a ground that wasn't 100% secure. I was not expecting that, but these little lights don't take much, so I'm pretty sure that's why Toyota did it. And they also have that safety feature where if you leave your doors open too long, it kills your battery. That way there's a safety switch in these vehicles that shuts the power off to protect the battery. That's probably why it's not a solid ground. If you found this video helpful, please smash that like button and consider subscribing right down below and becoming part of our squad. Squad. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one.